Hello everyone and welcome back to my Skyrim character build video series. This time round we're going to take a look at putting together quite a fun character or class setup based on the Lord of the Rings films or books if you're into reading those books. I never learnt to read, so it's definitely the movies for me. So the name of this character is Aragorn, based on the character Aragorn from those Lord of the Rings movies / books. If you're familiar with the character we're talking about, you'll know that it will fit into the warrior type category in Skyrim. I've labelled the difficulty as hard in this one because we're kind of making kind of a mix and match of equipment and armour and weapons that don't really fit together to form a complete competitive character that you'd really want to go with on your quests. So this one's definitely one just to have a little bit of fun with, just to go on a little quest or two using this character. But I wouldn't say it's one you'll really want to base your full game around. But if you're a die-hard fan of the Aragorn character and you did want to use this character throughout the whole game, then at the start of the game when you get to choose your race, you'd probably want to go with the Imperial race, simply because they're the main human race in Skyrim. So first up, let's take a look at the apparel and equipment we're going to use for this Aragorn class. If you watch the movies or read the books, you'll know that Aragorn wields quite a hefty sword around with him. There's a range of great swords in Skyrim, but the one that kind of fits the purpose and fits the ones that are used in the movies appearance-wise is the plain old iron greatsword. Obviously there's plenty of other choices of greatswords that are a lot better in statistics and damage, but like I mentioned, we're going for a class that replicates the movie character as opposed to anything that's going to be competitive in game. If you've leveled up your smithing, you can at least use it on the grindstone and improve it a little bit, but like I mentioned, this is definitely quite a difficult character to use. So being a two-handed weapon, it's going to be the weapon that you use in both hands, whereas some of the other classes or characters, we've been able to equip a weapon and a shield or two sort of spells. We first see Aragorn in the movies in the first Lord of the Rings movie, Fellowship of the Ring. And when we first see the character in the first movie is in all his ranger gear with various leather bits and bobs, a large cape and a hood. So the closest we can get in game in the apparel section is leather armour. So like I mentioned, we're kind of mix and matching objects here. We wouldn't really go with a hefty big sword and then go and equip some light armour. We'd probably want to go with some heavy armour if we were making a typical warrior type class. But like I mentioned, this is based on the Aragorn character, and since he uses like kind of leather clothing or apparel, we're going to go with the leather armour in game. We do see him in the second and third movies in more battle dress with more armour, so if you did want to go with some steel armour, something a little bit heavier to help protect you, then feel free. So attributes and skills for this Aragorn character. We don't need anything in the Magicka section other than a little bit of Magicka here and there just to help us along with our restoration. Seeing as we've only got light armour, we're going to be quite susceptible to enemy attacks, so we'll really need to put as many points in our health bar as possible. But being a warrior class, we'll also need quite a lot of stamina in order to wield that weapon, especially with it being quite a slow, two-handed, cumbersome weapon. So we'll still need to alternate between health and stamina, but I think health is the most important attribute to level up, since we've got that quite weak armour. So if you're some sort of madman and you've decided to go with this character throughout your full game, then here's the skills you want to level up as you pass the various levels and get those perks to drop into the skill trees. So first up, two-handed. Because the greatsword is a two-handed weapon, increase your two-handed skills to be able to become a better swordsman with this iron greatsword. Next up is light armour. As you increase this, you get more protection from the light armour, and it also gives you more sneaking abilities, not that we'll be really making use of them with this particular character. We don't have a shield equipped, but being a two-handed weapon means you can still block with the iron greatsword. It just doesn't give you as much protection as a shield would, but it's still worth levelling up your block skill tree just to help protect you against those enemy blows. And finally, because we don't have much protection from our armour, we'll be on his last legs a lot of the time when fighting those higher level bad guys. So we'll need at least a few perks in our restoration skill tree just to help restore our health with the help of restoration magic spells. So that's it for my Aragorn class. Like I said, I wouldn't really recommend this as a kind of character to go with throughout the full game. It's really just a mix and match of various equipment in game just to play around and have some fun. I definitely advise just giving it a try, equip these various weapons and apparel, and just go and clear out a cave or two just to play around and test it out. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you can be sure that I'll be covering a couple of other characters. I've got some nice ideas planned, so stick around for those. I know both an archer and an assassin class have been highly sought after, so I'm currently working through the Dark Brotherhood questline to boost up my own skills to be able to give you a nice assassin and archer character setup sometime in the future. So thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, drop me a thumbs up just to help share the video with others. Subscribe to stick around for those future Skyrim character setups. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you all later.